Hello and welcome to CouchFunded on a, what day is it?
Wednesday.
What do we call these?
Wednesday.
Wednesday reviews? Wednesday call out. What do we call these?
We don't have a name.
We need a name for this
You
for Wednesdays.
need a name.
We need a name for Wednesdays. Anyway, today
Why not?
we're gonna talk about some projects we want to bring to your attention and think that you should be backing. I'm George.
I'm Aileen.
You're you.
My question is, have they been slacking with their backing?
Always use the hashtag don't be slacking with your backing.
It's a long hashtag.
It's too long of a hashtag. We'll need to figure something out to shorten
like
that one. We'll use a tiny URL. So, Aileen, you're the guest today on this fine show, CouchFunded, that they are watching.
Hi.
Why don't you tell me a little bit about a project that you like
I
that's
would
out
like
there?
to tell you about a project that I like. So, yes, I too enjoy the Kickstarter and the Indiegogo and all the other funding options.
Oh, I know.
So today's suggestion?
Recommendation.
Wednesday recommendations. That's it.
Wednesday recommendations. That doesn't work.
Recommend Wednesday?
We'll figure this out off the
Recommend
air.
Wednesday.
It's not that. It's not that at all.
Okay. So my recommendation today is called Encounter Elements. So I was perusing Kickstarter, as I do from time to time, and I found this great thing, which I'm going to tell you about in a moment. I would just like to start out the story, though, by saying, I find the thing, and Kickstarter will tell you if any of your friends have backed it. There's a little note on the side, and shockingly, George Gaspar backed this project. I was like, hey, George, have you heard of this? He's like, no. I'm like, it says you backed it. He's like, oh, yeah, that.
I had heard of it, and I backed it.
Well, does that mean that it might need to work on the name?
No, it just means I had backed it when they first put it up, and I forgot about it.
Fair enough.
I kind of like to do that with projects sometimes.
Okay, so this is called Encounter Bricks. It is the construction system for tabletop games. This, it has a goal of $64,000.
Okay, that's a lofty goal.
As of right now, they're at $2,317.
Which is weird, because it really should be more than that, seeing as what kind of a campaign
How cool
this
it is.
Yeah.
So, I feel like even if this... we'll talk about that in a minute. So this campaign is going to end on...
11 days. It will end on November 15th.
So it's coming up quick. But what is it you're asking? It's a block system for your tabletop gaming, so you can create terrain no matter what game it is. It's kind of a generic, like, you could build a castle, you could build a wall, you could build a field, you could build...
a dungeon.
Yeah, a dungeon. Anything. Any terrain or map that you want or need to build with your game, be it Dungeons and Dragons, anything, any sort of role-playing tabletop game, it comes with these little bricks, different size bricks. There's a couple questions I have about it. First of all, I think this is brilliant.
Yeah, I think the system is awesome. And I actually, you laugh because you found my name on it, but I actually found this one through another person that I follow. I think Brian Borgman.
Yes.
He backed this, and I got the notification because I follow him.
Excellent.
And he does a lot of like D&D type stuff. He backs a lot of that kind of things on here, and I went to look at what he backed, and because it looked interesting, and it is. It's the brick system. You get a bunch of styles, and they're all these, like, I guess it's probably going to be ABS, I would imagine, right? Like a hard plastic brick. Well,
here's a couple things. I think this campaign, I hope, because I don't know if they're going to make it. I hope they do. Go check it out. Support them. But if they don't make it, I hope that they come back, like, sort of regroup and reconstruct the campaign a little bit, reorganize, and come back, because I think it's a really strong idea. I think they're missing a few vital pieces of information. Like, one, what material are they?
Yeah.
Two, I have no idea if these are compatible with major construction block brands such as Lego. Now, I don't think they're supposed to be.
I don't think they're supposed to be.
Which is fine, but knowing whether they are or not, because they're building it, they're billing it as a building block. I think that might confuse some people. That's kind of a minor issue. The other issue is the goal, the cost for the goal. It's $64,000 right now. Now, I don't know if you read how much of the campaign you read, but it looks like they're having the tooling done in Texas.
Oh, interesting. That's cool.
Which is very cool. It's all injection molded. I fully support Made in the USA. That is all awesome. Being the fact that we are in the business of making toys ourselves, as much as I fully support that, I hate to say it would probably lower costs to go overseas. I don't know that for sure because I don't know what their plan is strategically with the tools and with the units that they're going to make and what styles and sizes and runs they're thinking about. But it's an option. I don't know if that's something they're willing to do, or maybe that's not part of the plan.
Right.
Or, you know, just cutting back on what they start with. There's lots of different options when you're getting into manufacturing.
Yeah, I mean, that's always a hard call. You know, wanting to keep something in the U.S. is a great thing.
Absolutely.
I think my biggest complaint with them, even though I went ahead and backed them anyway because I think it's going to be awesome, is that they show them in all these different colors, but really it's just one color. It's a gray brick.
Is it not gray and black?
I believe. Let's see.
What color are my bricks?
Slate gray. They just
okay.
painted all theirs because I wrote to the guy right after I backed it and just said, hey, just wanted to check to be sure, are they colored like in the videos or are they just one? And he said no, they're all one color gray.
Yeah, but that means you can paint them, and that's very simple to do if you're just painting something one color.
It is fine.
That's fine.
But they do make it look like there's going to be all these like wonderful colors that you can get, and it's really just a gray brick.
Think of it as like Minecraft in real life.
It's that, and to me, do you remember the game Crossbows and Catapults that came out?
Of course I remember
when
Crossbows
we were
and Catapults.
Small. It had these kind of bricks. It was like they were an ABS, just hard plastic brick that was, you know, stackable. It was
brick.
it was only two. It was a 2 square.
Almost like a Duplo, like a big.
Yeah, and they didn't really like sit nicely on top of each other or anything. They kind of just sat there. But you made a little castle, and that was what you were destroying from the other team. This kind of really reminded me of that, and I thought it would be like, it's more like an advanced adult version of that.
Yeah.
And you get a fair amount of them for the pledge. I think that it would, like, I don't know, you have to kind of pledge a lot to get a lot of these to play with, though.
Right.
And I think that may be one of the downfalls of it.
That's where I think maybe reorganizing at some point could help the campaign if they decide to come back.
If they aren't successful, which I really hope they are.
They might still be.
They should definitely reconfigure and come back because this thing definitely has potential.
So as you guys always say, they need some love. You know, please check them out.
Yeah.
Can I tell super quick, like, why this hit me so much? Is like why this was so cool to me.
Sure.
Okay, so when I was a kid, I was 8 years old. My dad was really into Dungeons and Dragons.
No.
I know, weird, right? And so my dad decided when I was 8, it was time to teach me the basics of Dungeons and Dragons, which was super awesome. How did he teach his 8-year-old that? He pulled out one of my Lego base plates, pulled out some brick, and started building a basic dungeon to show me how, you know, visually, what was going on with describing Dungeons and Dragons. That's how I learned how to play a role-playing game, was with building blocks. So this to me is like, what? Yeah, of course.
It's an even bigger version of that.
Totally. Well, I mean, you know, other things exist where people do like cold cast pouring and different kinds of, you know, you can make your own walls and stuff and little orcs and pieces and things for Dungeons and Dragons. But this is sort of a more basic, more accessible, and it also seems to work, because it's so general, with other games perhaps better than some of the more specific accessories that are out there right now.
That's awesome.
Okay, that was my recommendation. Go check it out. Encounter bricks. Encounter elements.
You can put in Encounter brick; it finds it.
Okay, good.
All right, and mine.
What do you have?
Since there is a Friday the 13th coming up next week.
Oh my!
There is a game called Friday the 13th: The Game. Bam, bam, bam. This is this game. It's going to be for Xbox, PlayStation, computer,
all the systems,
all platforms. I believe, if I remember correctly. They are asking for 700,000. It's a very lofty goal.
Games aren't cheap. Like a good game is not cheap to develop.
At the time of us filming, they're just over 600,000.
That's so close.
And it's going to end on Friday the 13th. Very fitting for the game. There's over 9,000 backers already. So this is like
they're going to make it.
Popular thing.
No, if they made that much already, I think they're going to make it.
I think they're going to do it. I hope so. So get on it. Don't be slacking with your backing. I really want to get this game. The cool thing about this is the creators of the game, they actually started out just wanting to make a video game of a generic slasher at a sleepaway camp kind of thing, because they've never thought in their wildest dreams they'd be able to afford the license for Friday the 13th.
No.
So they were going to make their version of a Friday the 13th type slasher game. And they started getting all of these people involved, like Kane Hodder, to do the motion capture for the killer.
He played Jason.
Who was Jason. They got Tom Savini to start designing some of the kills.
Special effects.
They got the guy that did Alfred Manfredi, something like that.
I don't know that one.
He was the guy, the composer for the music.
Oh, get out of here!
So all these guys that worked on original Friday the 13th were going to conventions. They were talking to each other about this job they were going to get to do. And the guy that holds the license for Friday the 13th was like, what the what? Like, they're using all my guys. Like, what is this thing? So he looked into it. He saw the mechanics of the game, and he saw how cool it was. And he offered the license free of charge to these guys
cool.
because he's been wanting an awesome Friday the 13th game with the license. So he's donating the licensing fee to these guys, and he's working with them to develop this game so that his license could have an amazing game.
That's amazing.
It's really cool, and I think this game is going to be amazing. The whole idea of the game is that it's kind of a party game. There's, I can't remember what it was, like six or eight counselors versus Jason. So everybody.
So you play in a team?
Kind of like you can either be Jason or you can be one of the counselors.
I'm gonna be Jason.
And like that's what they were afraid of. Like they're like everyone's gonna want to be Jason, but they were like, yeah, but as the counselor, you gotta beat Jason. Like your whole goal is to like survive the night and outsmart Jason. So it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool to be able to play as either of them, as both of them. And like there's different challenges where there's a boat that could allow you to escape, but you need to fix the boat first. You need to fix the motor. So
obviously
you work as a team to go get parts while you're outsmarting, like while you're trying not to get killed by Jason. But then the problem is there's only 2 people can fit in the boat. So if you're working as a team with more people to get all these pieces, then you have to decide who get left on the dock and has to fight Jason, and while the other 2 jet out of there. So it's going to be a really fun game by the sound of it. I think they're going to make it, but jump in there if you can. And
how much for the game?
I think you can get it for as little as $25.
Okay.
$30. The 25 is sold out. So the $30 you get a digital download of the game for
Fantastic.
PC, Xbox One, or PS4. And then going up from there, you get a whole bunch of cool things. You can get beta access. You can get exclusive things to unlock. Harry Manfredini is the composer.
I wouldn't have been able to say that.
And it's so funny watching the guys that are creating these games are such hipster dudes with mustaches, and you're just like, oh my god, these guys. But what they're doing looks really cool. I'm really excited for it. One of the guys that used to be on G4 is really behind this, helping push it. Go watch the thing. Look up Friday the 13th, the game. Back this thing. It ends on Friday the 13th. What better day?
Seriously, that's cool.
Yeah, it's amazing. Help this game get made. It really needs to happen. Look, there's a backer since we've been talking about it. Get on board, because I want to play this.
I'm excited about both of these campaigns.
Yeah, they're amazing.
Very cool. Well, thanks, George. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks, Aileen, for coming on CouchFunded Wednesday edition. Wednesday recommendation day.
No.
All right, see you Friday for some reward reviews.
Don't forget to subscribe and follow CouchFunded.
True.
Bye.
Bye.